Hey, mighty pals, let's bust some video myths today. Namely, the myth that video has to be expensive or hard for solopreneurs and small businesses. BS! So, where did this come from? So, I'm on my soapbox today for you, my mighty solopreneur pals, to talk about something that is both near and dear to my heart and also something that scared the crap out of me for years, actually, in marketing video, and particularly live video like this right now. So, you see, I saw an article from an esteemed marketing name, and the article made me click through. I'm like, okay, I want to see those 4 tips on better video. And the beginning of the article then just made me mad, like nearly spit my coffee out at my tablet screen mad. I couldn't believe that this person was continuing to perpetuate the myths about video and video marketing for business. Yes, sure. In the article, we both agreed that video is hot and it has been and it will still be. And we agree that it's a necessary part of marketing for all types and sizes of businesses and all niche. And we agreed not going away, getting bigger. We also agreed that the survey and the stats all show that more people actually want video from businesses and from brands. But the part that had me steaming mad, and I was incredulous at the very beginning of this article, was he shared the myth that creating videos for business is slow, expensive, and very difficult. And at one point in time, I might have maybe sort of bought that myth, but no, it absolutely doesn't have to be. And I disagree with all of those points. So, for those wondering, who made me so mad? Well, the answer is Jeff Bullis. And yeah, he's kind of a big name in terms of marketing and marketing advice. He's been on all kinds of Forbes list. He's a list of like top 20 digital marketing experts you should follow. And then right there in the second sentence of this article on video tips is that creating videos is neither quick nor cheap, and deciding on format and content can be very difficult. I'm like, just stop this shit. Because it doesn't have to be any of those things. And it shouldn't be now. So I'm also wondering how many other video marketing myths that even you, my mighty smart marketing pals, may have fallen for. So maybe you've gotten into the one that maybe, it's just too pricey, that you need expensive gear, that you need expensive cameras, that you got to have a studio setup, you got to have the right lights. No, that maybe you're worried that video is too time consuming, that we don't have time to create a video, especially if we have to do setup and we have to do hair and makeup and you got to edit it. And you're wondering, how do you get all those graphics and fancy text on screen and just, So, okay. Also, no. I mean, yes, I have fancy text on my screen, but I can explain that you can get this for free. Yes, I'll mention later that StreamYard has a free plan. You can do that. You can also just go live without the fancy graphics. Maybe you're worried that you have to have actors or voiceover folks for your video. And the answer is no, especially as solopreneurs. If you're a coach, people want to see you. They want to see you. They want to see my face on video. They want to see your face on video, not an actor's. There is absolutely a role for using stock clips or even hiring somebody. Stock clips are a lot cheaper than hiring somebody, but no, not necessary to hire people. Maybe you're wondering that you have to have professionals to shoot and edit and create your videos. Might be nice in some respects, and yes, you can certainly hire out some things and find VAs and folks on Fiverr. But no, you don't have to do that. I've also heard that video content is too hard. Well, I mean, you can make it hard, sure, but just like making any content marketing, you could make it hard, but it doesn't have to be. And I'm going to give you tips on what you can do videos about today. You can stop in every week and ask me questions. You can follow me in my on my email, where I give you tons of tips in terms of content and reusing and repurposing content. Maybe related to that, you've bought into the myth that you have to have a video strategy before you can ever make a video. Look, I am all for strategy and not doing everything by the seat of your pants, okay? But not if that means you are putting off doing what you could be doing with video. I've also seen the myth that says, if my videos don't get tons of views and I don't go viral, then what's the point? Okay, there's a ton of point of still putting out content and having it be evergreen and having people be having you be more visible, having people get to know, like, and trust you. And it's great if it's even 1, 2, 3, or 10 people, if they're your ideal clients. That matters more than if everybody and their grandmother quite literally sees your video, especially if everybody and your grandmother isn't your client. So I get that for some larger enterprises with lots of levels of hierarchy and stuff like that, they have to put an emphasis on being polished and professional looking videos. So that makes it seem that video has to be long and tedious and edited and gear intensive and hard to create content for. And I get we sometimes envy all those slick looking videos we see out there. But honestly, all of those myths I call BS on. And anybody whose article is perpetuating those myths, they are scaring solopreneurs and small businesses like yourself away from doing video. Right at a time when quick, fast, imperfect, fun, quirky, engaging video is what's taking over. I mean, have you seen the success of TikTok and Instagram's Reels? Do you think all of those creators are spending a fortune on gear and sweating the details of their scripts? Hell no, they're not. So, the very fact that I saw an article on a Wednesday morning, decided by Wednesday afternoon, it would make a great live video chat rant, sent it to my email list for Thursday, and I'm doing the video Thursday afternoon talking to you. That disproves nearly all of that myth crap and bad advice that was in the very beginning of Bullis's article, and which nearly kept me from reading any of the rest of his tips. Now, I get it. I actually have a radio, television, film minor, and I spent years in advertising with TV and radio production. And I've done videos for nonprofits and live events, and I have a corner of my office that is filled with video here, and some of the 5+ microphones that I own. And I don't need any of that to be doing a video today with you. Because one of the magics of video today that wasn't an option back when I was in advertising 20 minimum years ago is that the tech and the tools are accessible and affordable. And yes, every solopreneur can do video on small or no budgets. I'm even going to share either here in the tips and comments drop below. There's a great article from Vidyard. They're a video hosting service. They compiled 11 of their best free marketing tools for video, which includes several of the ones that I know about and a whole bunch of ones I didn't, and I love that. So what do we need? Well, let's see. We need a camera. Webcam. Or, oh, hey, y'all got a high definition camera in your pockets, or your laptop camera webcam, or your tablet. I'm using my trusty Logitech C920 with the Zeiss lens, but any good webcam will do, or the devices that you already own. Folks, it's 2021. If you don't have a webcam by now, where have you literally been this year in the past, the land of Zoom and online everythingness? You've got a camera. Use that camera. Do not worry about hooking up a DSLR or any other fancy setups. Would I like to maybe someday have a switcher thing for video and audio? Yeah, sure, but not necessary. Not necessary. You need a camera. Now, what else do I need? Well, I need a microphone. You need to be able to hear me. For some videos, there's something like 85% of social media videos that are watched with the sound off. That's a whole different type of video. And there are free tools for that I'm going to mention. Canvas, one of them, Wave, Ripple, some of the others. The point is you can make videos where you don't even need the camera. You don't have to be on camera. But getting in and just jumping right into live streaming, quick, simple way. People do need to hear you then. Now, yes, I could have used the Blue Yeti that's down there on the floor next to my desk. It's big, it's heavy, it sounds great, and it mostly gathers dust on my floor. I could be using the cheaper, smaller, this is an Audio Technica ATR 2100. Great sound, takes up a lot less space on my desk. Still need separate headphones to hear what it is that I'm saying and hearing. And I love it. And I could also use AirPods if I ever decided to shell out that much money for a pair of earbuds. I could use the other Bluetooth wireless earbuds that are on my desk, still in the box. What am I using? A $14 pair of Panasonic earbuds plugged into the stereo jack of my laptop. Why? Because they're always here. Because it's easy. Do what's easy. So could I add in one of my ring lights? It's in my backpack right now. Sure, if I need to. I have ones that are $11. I have a larger UV size one that was about $30. But I also have natural light coming in from the window to my side. That's ideal. I have a standing floor lamp that bounces light off of my ceiling. So that's pretty good too. So the answer is no, I don't have to, depending upon what time of day I do the videos. Do I need a full home studio? No, not necessarily. Maybe never. Yes, maybe you want to look decent. You professional. Maybe you need to only be as professional looking as your niche or audience needs or requires. If your audience is doctors and lawyers, well, then maybe you can't get away with t-shirts and messy hair and a messy office. Maybe instead of a blue screen or a green screen, you just need a screen like I've set up behind me. If you're a yoga instructor, then tanks and a yoga pants are more than just fine. They would actually be necessary. Kind of weird if you showed up in your videos in a blouse. Be you. And look, as long as it doesn't look like you're in the witness protection program because all the light is behind you, then people can see you and hear you. Good to go. Now you need content. Now, I get it. You probably already have a camera. You probably already have a mic because you've probably already been on Zoom for the last year and a half of your life. You have those things. Great. So maybe the myth that's getting you stuck is that the content has to be too hard. It's just too hard to write a video script. Well, then don't write a video script. So I have notes here and ideas and things I want to talk to you about. They're here. They're on my screen. It's not a script. I'm not following it exactly. It certainly doesn't look or sound like I'm talking from a script, does it? Leave me a comment if you think I'm actually reading from from a script. Now, Fran's says I need better lighting. Well, you might, but you might also be able to get away with what you've got. And maybe you need the $30 UV size 10-inch ring light because that's going to solve tons of things for you, and it's not complicated, and it goes anywhere you are. Or you start with the $11 3-inch ring light. Go on Amazon, ask me for the links, drop a comment below. I'll share my Amazon links. You can fix that really, really, really easily. You can also take your earbuds, take your AirPods and your phone and go outside where the sunlight is. Don't let lighting be something that stops you. Because if you actually plug the microphone into the handy little device that you have everywhere with you that has a video camera built into it, then you can fix some of those other things. Just one trick, folks. Don't use the microphone that's built into the bottom of the screen here down here. It's great for phone calls. Not so good for videos because then it's going to pick up birds and squirrels and rabbits and seagulls and whatever else is around you outside or in your office. That's why we use a microphone. Okay, so content. Let's not overthink the content. Tip number 1, I am ranting to you based off of someone else's content. Yes, sharing an opinion, taking a stand versus what someone else in your niche might be teaching to your same people is always content gold. Now, I may or may not decide to share the Jeff Bullis article in the comments for you if you'd like to read it, because it does have several other good tips about video. I may or may not agree with Bullis when he says that you have to have an explainer video. Could be nice, not essential. Depends on your products, depends on your niche. Could you use video testimonials? Yes, absolutely. Perfectly awesome. He even mentioned some of the non-camera videos, also potentially awesome. So we'll see whether I decide to share. Although, you can go look up Jeff Bullis and check out the article for yourself. Point is, I guarantee there is a blog post, social media post, Instagram post, Facebook post somewhere in your niche that when you read it, you're like, oh, I don't agree with that. So do a video about it. Take that stand. Or, great tip from my pal, Melissa Brown, who I am going to share that comment. Let me hang on. I'm trying to copy the link before I open a totally new window. And this is Melissa's challenge. She's running a 30-day challenge in July, totally free, about doing videos and practicing to get better at doing videos. And she's got a private group where we can practice and post. And I joined late, but I'm going to get in on this, because if you need help just getting into the flow and the mojo of doing videos, accountability is one of the best things that you can do. So I'm going to back up and tell you, like, how did I even get over my fears in terms of video? I'm great behind the camera. In fact, I wanted to stay behind the camera, not in front of the camera. I had all kinds of fears and quirks about how I looked and appeared on video, some personal issues and things like that, and it kept me away from video for years. And some friends finally nudged me, kicked me, dragged me into doing video. There were about 5 of us, and we challenged each other to do live video on Facebook. Go live once a week. And we'd even started a Facebook Messenger group for accountability, nudging, support. And we'd tell each other, I'm going to go live today. Sometimes we'd even just like, oh my God, I'm going to go live in 5 minutes. And whoever was available showed up. They'd be that one little eyeball in the screen in Facebook, and we'd know somebody was watching. Or they'd be the one person coming by and dropping comments afterwards when they watched it on a replay. And it made all of the difference in the world to have accountability, to have a buddy, to have support system. And that's what Melissa's offering in her challenge. It just so happens this is perfect timing that fits in with my rant. And one of the tips that she shared this week and the prompts you sent in is that you can take, 3 to 5 tips that have been from any blog post, nearly anything you've written over the past few years, and it can be video content. Now, I said that I sometimes used to teach all of those tips, those 3 to 5 tips in one video, kind of like I'm doing now. However, one of the best ways you could do that is each tip becomes a video. Now you have multiple video ideas. You could have video for a week on Facebook. You could have video for a month if you did one tip a week. Repurpose content that you've already got and pull the tips out of your blog posts or out of your emails. Do it live here. Do it as a live on Instagram. Maybe you do it with some graphics and PowerPoint, record yourself in Zoom and upload it to YouTube. Another option, same content. Repurpose. This is another video content idea for you. So repurpose a free email opt-in or a lead magnet into a video. That video could become a new free video-based lead magnet, or it becomes a video training series that you could actually charge for. Or it could be something that's of value that you put into a bundle, a giveaway, or a freebie share while you're building your list. I did that this year. I had something that was text-based as an action guide. I used it before. I built my list with it. It was solid. But it would be even better if I actually showed you inside the email stuff. So I made it a video series. Especially for social media videos, those things that appear first on social media before we repurpose them, and take advantage of social trends like various popular days. So you could easily, if it fits your niche and your audience, do Mindful Monday or hashtag Mindset Monday or Small Business Saturday, which is no longer just a day in November for shopping. Throwback Thursday, share an old picture of you and your business, a post you shared 2 years ago, story from your early days in business, an early product, and what it inspired you to do today. Make a light of Wisdom Wednesday. There are tons of those particular days and trends out there. Jump on it. You still need other ideas from content. Okay. For video, email, I am copying a link right now, and I'm going to put it in the chat for you. It's the Portent Idea Generator. And you want to check out, again, I said Portent Content Idea Generator coming into chat here. And this is a tool that helps you come up with ideas, comes up with titles, you put stuff in, let AI help you out. It's going to be, some of those titles are going to feel like they're a little clickbaity, but you know what? It's probably going to make a video title that's more likely for somebody to click on it, like me talking about, videos too pricey and too hard. Wrong. That's going to be more attention grabbing. You want that. You want people to get there and show up for your video. Drop me a comment. Let me know if you have a whole bunch of PLR or licensed content on your hard drive right now. Yeah. It's video fodder. Something that possibly was a social media post can be turned into an animated social media post. Voila, video. Yep, Fran, you've got it. So now take one of those pieces of written content and it become a video. You could use a tool like PowerPoint or Wave or anything else and make it animated text. You don't want to appear on camera. Or you could do a live video like I'm doing now and give 1 or 2 or 3 tips from a piece of content that you already have sitting on your hard drive. It is not doing you any good still sitting on your hard drive. Another content tip. Answer a commonly asked question in your niche. Or ask a question you think your people should be asking, but frequently may be too scared to do so. I do this, and in fact, I do this as members' choice training in my Mighty Marketing Mojo Facebook group. Just for them, I'll post a poll once every couple months asking them a topic of what they want me to teach on. They get to vote, and I create a video for them, just for them. That content might get repurposed later into some other kind of potentially paid training or member training. Or it might be a question. Maybe I'll pull one out. I've got a ton. I'm Trello lover, right? So I've got a ton of Trello cards in a list. Each one is a question that somebody has asked me, or it's a question that somebody in my audience has asked in other groups. And I'll pull one every few weeks. I could pull one every week. I could probably pull one once a day and do a video to answer the question and to give my advice and or resources about what they've asked. Example, maybe someone's asking, you're in the service business, and what should someone ask an architect or a kitchen designer before hiring them to remodel a kitchen? What should you ask a graphic designer before you hire them to create a logo? If you're a life or a mindset coach, what do you wish your new clients asked or were prepared for before you met for the first time? Questions. Between PLR and questions that people have asked you, you should have enough video content and enough or blogging and email content to get you through the rest of this quarter, maybe through the rest of this year. So, like I said, speaking of questions, it's about time for members' choice training. So make sure you're a member of the Mighty Marketing Mojo Facebook group and watch out for the poll so that you can vote or add your own questions and topics. All right, now I love Canva, right? And you can make videos inside of Canva, right? You know that, right? You can animate text, download your graphics as a GIF or an MP4, or you could even use those little frames and add in the stock clips that come when you're a Canva Pro. It's kind of worth getting Canva Pro even for all of the additional animation video making features. So yes, brands with the Pro version, absolutely. It's worth it for that. If you're still not ready or wanting to do regular on-camera video, like I'm doing here, this is live or any other aspect, then by all means make use of the tool you are paying for if you are a Canva Pro user, and use the animations and the video clips that are in there so that you are getting video content out, sharing it via email, putting it on social media. Yes, absolutely, there is a great space and place for that kind of video. Also, in the one part of planning and thinking a little bit about content, and I'm also going to show StreamYard, favorite tool here. That is my affiliate link. But I do want to remind you that there is a free plan that includes up to 20 hours a month of streaming and includes some of these graphics. And instead of the Mighty Mardikin logo up there, you'd have the StreamYard logo. But oh my goodness, how much you can do for free in their free plan. So give a little bit of thinking in terms of your content planning to get past that myth that video is too complicated and video is too hard. Think B, D, and A. So before, during, and after. What are you going to do to share and promote your video before you go live or publish it? What are you doing during the video live to engage viewers? Asking questions, people to show hands, drop in a comments, encouraging folks who are watching the replay. Like, for example, I dropped the comment in earlier about about Melissa Brown's challenge. She's got content. Now I know Melissa's going to be watching on the replay. So hopefully she'll drop her comments on the replay. Think about what you're going to do to share or repurpose or promote your video after it's gone live. So while there's tons of other video you could do, and some of the things that Jeff Bullis talked about in his article, others talk about in their articles, you don't have to start with explainer videos and video testimonials and how-to videos. Start with what's easy. Start with what's easy for you and forgiving. And who knew, but like I said, in 2019, it turns out that for me, doing live social video was a lot more forgiving than feeling like I had to be perfect and scripted and edited in other forms of video. If that means starting with animations and text on screen using Biteable or Animoto, Ripple, Wave, Canva, do that. You don't have to appear on camera. I admit, I have a paid Biteable plan. I've had it for years. I'm actually on their legacy plan. It costs less. You can do a free trial for Biteable, and then it's about $20 a month. But if you're already got a paid tool that does graphics of some other kind, I'm betting there's a way to do video in that tool. So use it first. If you want video editing software, I've got recommendations on that for anywhere from absolutely free open source tools to other paid tools in varying levels of difficulty to use, but you don't have to. You don't have to do any of that. And like I said, yes, I'm using StreamYard, so we get the cool little, oh, there it is, that little thing. It says Busting Video Myths, and it's turquoise, and it's got my logo up there in there, that corner. But I went live first, just using Facebook and using a device and no fancy tools. And I tried the free versions of StreamYard and BeLive before I ever chose to pay to use StreamYard. So by all means, check it out if that's the thing that will help you get going using video. All of this hopefully helps bust some of those video myths. As a solopreneur, as a beginner with no video experience, and someone with a small budget, you can absolutely do this. In fact, it might be better if you had no video experience. The fact that I had video knowledge was what was getting in my way of doing video, because how I thought it had to be. Well, it doesn't. You just need to show up on camera with some content in a message and connect with people. Pick one place and one type of video to start. I happen to now believe that live streaming is the easy way in. Well, next to using tools like Canva or PowerPoint to create short, no camera required videos. The main thing is to stop believing in the myths, stop overthinking, stop procrastinating, folks, and just go make one video this month. And if it helps you to do that by practicing making videos and sharing and getting feedback with my pal Melissa Brown, awesome. Join us. I joined late. I'm going to get started, but I love her prompts. Join me. If you want to share your videos in the Mighty Marketing Mojo Facebook group, come do that. If you want ideas and tips on what to talk about or what to share in your videos, come and ask. Because I want to prove that you can get out of your own way, get out of your own head, and get past all those myths that may have stopped you from using video. As solopreneurs, we talk all the time about wanting to get more visible and be seen by our ideal clients. Well, what's better than literally being seen? Hello, camera, here. Be seen, be known, be liked and trusted. Then you get hired or people buy from you. I can do this. I got past my fears and my shit on this. I know each one of you as solopreneurs absolutely can do the same, and I want to see that for you. So I look forward to seeing the video creations that you come up with the rest of this month and this summer. All right? Go off and be mighty with video this week. Bye, folks. See you next week.